Hello, Junta viewers. This is Guardian welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Milwaukee Brewers. Um, so last episode we had both a disappointing season in that we didn't win the World Series, but we won 106 games, which I think counts as a pretty damn good series, especially when our pitching staff was mostly smoke and mirrors towards the end there. But we've got decisions to make, my friend, as this will be our very first episode, in this series anyway, of course, in which we deal with free agency. So, one thing I want to mention before we get into this series, actually two things. First things first, I want to acknowledge what the commenters said where they suggested, I think it was Tom Lehman maybe, said, I should just turn off the owner being an interfering jerk. I kind of like it though. It adds a different flavor to this particular stretch. And it's not like I haven't already won a World Series anyway. So I don't really mind if the owner just wants to randomly be like, yo, dog, I hear you like first baseman. Let me sign 7 more of them for you. I don't know. I don't think it's as bad as it seems. The other thing I wanted to bring up is a very salient point indeed. Is this going to change how frequently I run episodes in this series? Because with free agency, it's going to be longer. I'm going to have to make more decisions, both during the offseason and during the season itself. For right now, I feel pretty good with just sticking with what we've got. But if things start to get out of hand, I may decide to switch to basically the same model that we're rocking for OOTP 23, the Pirates edition. So, just a fair thing to think about. So, speaking of free agency, we've got some decisions to make. So let's go line by line, decide who we might want to keep. Bill Castro is not far removed from being one of the best pitchers in the major leagues. But we're still not at a stage in baseball history where teams use a deep bullpen. There's only so much any one pitcher is going to get used. And so it's fair to ask, is it the best use of our resources to spend 150 plus grand on a player who probably isn't worth it? What could we acquire, I wonder, for Bill Castro? Anything good? No. Okay. I'll non-tender him because I don't really feel like paying 180 grand to a reliever. Tom Murphy had an outstanding season in AAA. And he's not far removed from being a pretty solid pitcher. And all he wants is $40K, right? I think that's a very reasonable amount of money to ask for. Yeah, he'll take $57K. I think that's extremely fair. Done. John Seepin is just not good. He can go to hell. George Brett. Who lordy, he wants a lot of money. Is there any reason not to give it to him, though? I don't think there is. He's a 23-year-old who has consistently been one of the best players in the major leagues. And yet, there's still an extra gear here. there is still even more to George Brett. Because while he's hitting for a good average and lots of doubles, he isn't hitting home runs yet. And historically, he did. If we take a quick look at his real life stats, you'll notice that double digit homers become par for the course for him. And while I don't think it's fair to expect him to have a 1980 where he almost hits 400 over the course of a season, I think he'll still have a plenty good career. So, no hesitation. He gets what he wants. No opt-out, though. That's the only thing I'm going to say. I want to control what happens with him. Offer George Brett a big old contract extension. Richie Zisk just won a batting title. And I see no reason not to bring him back for a paltry $190K. I do want to see if he can replicate what he did, though. Because while he's been an okay hitter, he hasn't really been as good as he was this season. So I'm just going to offer him a 1-year deal for now. I'm not saying we might not sign him long-term down the road, but for right now, 1-year deal. $190K, a pretty nice raise, done. Luis Melendez is a center fielder who just plays center field. I'm not saying that doesn't have value, but I am saying that it's not exactly what you build a great team around. He wants very little money, though. No, I've got to be able to do better than that. I'm gonna non-tender you, my dude. Alright, now we come down to the bottom portion of our story here. Doc Ellis was a pretty useful pitcher for us the last couple of seasons. But my man wants $180,000. That's an awful lot of money for a pitcher who won't even start. If I'm not going to pay Bill Castro $180,000, I'm not going to pay Doc Ellis $180,000. Someone else can eat that and enjoy it. Sammy Ellis is 35. Any good thing I might say on his behalf, he's 35. And he's only going to get slower, and so hard pass. Phil Hennigan, thoroughly mediocre. Dan McGinn is worth keeping. If Dan McGinn will come back for a relatively low sum, $120,000 is not terrible, but let's try to get that under $100,000. If he'll take $90,000, then I will bring him back for $90,000. I think that's a reasonable decision. Jim Lonberg. This is the decision that I think more than anything will determine how this offseason goes. I've got two options. One, I can look at the fact he won't even play for most of this season and say, yeah, but he's 1 year off a Cy Young season. And he was having an amazing season before he got hurt. Or I can decide that, look, he's already 34, and trusting him for a long time is a pretty stupid decision. And both of these approaches, quite frankly, have merit. His statistical record speaks for itself. This is his first major injury in his career. So, but he wants to get paid a lot of money. He wants to get paid like an ace, which he is if he's healthy. And I don't think he is healthy. So here's my proposal. I don't think it's going to work. I'll pay him 200 grand next season. No, 300 seems reasonable. That's how much he made before. We'll do 400 grand. And then I'll give him a vesting option. And if he earns it, I'll happily pay him the 600k. But I don't think he will. I don't think he'll take this deal. This is me leaving the door open for him to decide to come back to me later on with more realistic salary demands. Because I don't think anyone's going to give you 600,000 a year. I don't think that's going to happen. Well, you're not even going to pitch for most of the next season. Maybe I'm being unfair, but that's what I'm thinking. This leaves us with a pretty sizable amount of money to spend in free agency and maybe get into some really big names. That is the hope anyway. So, my friends, by the way, commenter, thank you for pointing out, I will never call it the Cy Young Award again. Cy Young was a fucking scrub. What did that guy ever do? Nothing. That's what he did. Look at this big fat loser. Just look at him. I almost won 200 games. What a joke. He is no Mike Smith. We all know this. And I can only beg and plead for your indulgence. One last topic I'd like to discuss before we dig into the offseason. It's a very weighty topic. Such as, who names their fucking child Fenton Mole? No, that's not it. It's Mike Schmidt. I really like Mike Schmidt. Now, full disclosure, I was but a lad when he retired from baseball. I wasn't even 10 years old yet. And I didn't really watch the National League. I didn't watch baseball that much until I was basically a teenager. And I was not a teenager when Mike Schmidt retired. But Mike Schmidt is legitimately one of the very best baseball players in Major League history. No disputing that. Even though the Phillies fans might not have appreciated him the way he deserved to be, it cannot be argued that he's one of the very best third basemen in the history of Major League Baseball. This Mike Schmidt is not that. He's not a third baseman, but that's not what my point is. Mike Schmidt in the game follows a pattern similar to that of real Mike Schmidt. He hits a lot of homers, draws a lot of walks, and strikes out a lot. All three things that the real Mike Schmidt did. What this Mike Schmidt is not doing is hitting for average. And if you're an older fan of baseball, you might be thinking to yourself, Mike Schmidt was a bum. He never hit for average. It turns out he did. Mike Schmidt hit over 300 and regularly hit, and his average 267 for his career. That's how real Mike Schmidt did. OOTP Mike Schmidt has only hit 240 once. And so, while batting average is not everything, for sure it is not everything, a Mike Schmidt that's hitting under 200 or around 200 is probably getting like 30 to 40 fewer hits a season, fewer home runs, he's not hitting doubles, he's not stealing bases, he's not getting on base, despite his prodigious walk pace. The 1975 Mike Schmidt is tolerable. We could do better, but we could also do a whole lot worse. The 1973 Mike Schmidt is problematic, but he hit 30-plus homers. And so it's easier to forgive a low batting average when the rest of his game is so good. And let us not ignore the fact that he has been Well, that's very cool. I didn't know we had that here. Nice. I didn't know we had a spray chart. Man, he hits homers all over the field, doesn't he? Neat. Here we go. He has genuinely been a fairly solid first baseman. So the question then becomes, is Mike Schmidt ever going to hit for average? Because 2 wins for 200,000 does not seem like a good return on investment. First basemen aren't that hard to find. And while Mike Schmidt is a very good third baseman too, he's a useful player, I can't afford to be spending. You know, my team payroll right now is $4 million. He's earning 5% of my team payroll. So we might be looking to move on from Mike Schmidt. I know it seems like heresy. I don't like it any more than you do. But I just think the statistical record that he's accomplished so far does not justify keeping him around once he does hit arbitration. We've got him for another year. We're going to enjoy him for that year. And if we're out of it come the trade deadline, I'm probably going to trade him. Unless he drastically improves his production. This Mike Schmidt is not going to the Hall of Fame. Not even close. And he's already at the age of 26, which means he's still got a couple more peak seasons left. But I don't know. We shall see, my friends. We shall see. Last important decision to make is, who do we protect? I'm going to wait until after free agency starts, because if I sign someone in free agency, I'm going to want to protect them, right? So we're going to go ahead and wait, but we will do that eventually. We've got a couple coaches looking for new deals. Walt Masterson is like, no, give me more money. I'll give you more money. I will give you $50,000. I don't throw that sum around to just anybody. Excellent. Good. We got George Brett locked up. And if there's any one player to build around in this lineup, I'll be damned if he's not one of the most useful. Josh, I certainly would not object. Oh, you will take an extension, my assistant GM. Excellent. A gold glove for Dick Green and Rick Langford. Who even is Rick Langford? Oh, I drafted him in the second round last year. He wasn't that great, but apparently he's good at defense, so that's fun. Dick Green was low-key a really smart ad, and I'm not convinced at all it's going to be like this forever. He hit 272 for Christ's sake, but he was good. He was good when we needed him, and so I am quite pleased. Silver Sluggers for George Brett, Richie Zisk, and Jeff Burrows. And Sixto Lezcano got MVP by a whisker. Oh, damn, son. Ooh. Very close. I love how Sixto Lezcano won MVP, and yet was not good enough to win the Silver Slugger in right field. I'm not saying he should have, not by any means, but I just find it funny. But I'm not going to complain. Not even a little bit. Plus, I got another Manager of the Year award. Very nice. Arbitration hearings, don't care. Free agents. So, what positions do we desperately need to fill at this point? I could use a better catcher. I saw Jenny Bench's name. Wouldn't that be a fucking coup? We need a better pitcher. And we frankly just need a bit more depth. So, Johnny Bench, I would like you to become... Oh my word, you want a lot of money. I mean... I don't think it's money poorly spent. He's a brilliant catcher, a great power hitter. Yeah, I think Johnny Bench would be a good addition to the team. Not giving you a no-trade clause. That's where I draw the line. But I will offer you that big deal. And I gotta get a premium pitcher. That's the other thing I desperately need. I need a really good starting pitcher. Could get some sudden Sam McDowell in my life. Or Catfish Hunter. I like Catfish Hunter a little bit better because he's younger. I am not giving a 38-year-old a 31-year-old that long a contract. We'll do 5 years, but that's it. You want to make it 6 years? I can do 6 years, but only if there's no trade clause. And I think that's a good start. I think it's a very good start. Holy shit, Sandy Koufax? I mean, yeah, he's 40. Yeah, I'd almost rather bring Jim Lonberg back for that price. Alright, amigos, let us advance forwards and see if either of our targets sign with us. Let's do some Hall of Fame voting while we think about our new additions. I will vote for Johnny Antonelli and the Dobes. I'll vote for Mike Garcia because I got 20 slots, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. I don't think he's going to make it. I will vote for Dick Groat and Granny Hamner and Elston Howard and Eddie Matthews. So for Eddie Matthews, the only person I feel pretty confident is going to make it in on the first ballot. I'll throw a vote for Jim Pearsall just because I can. You gotta love SWATs. No Herb Score, no matter how much I loved him. Again, I didn't see him play ever. But I remember him as a broadcaster for Cleveland's baseball team at the time. Al, you may be fuzzy, but you're not a Hall of Famer in my opinion. And Eddie Yost. So yeah, I think there's a very real chance of both Yost and Eddie Matthews. A dual Eddie scenario. Along with a couple others maybe making it. Like I could see Minnie Minoso making it. I could see Johnny Antonelli making it. Ray Chrome was 150 games. Yeah, but he was a starter for most of that, right? Like, his peak comes from being a starting pitcher. He wasn't that great a reliever. So yeah, I will just vote for these fine folks. I'll just sum up to the draft. I'm deliberately waiting. I can give you an extension, Duncan. See if I don't. Yeah, I want to wait till it's possible a minute to actually go ahead and create my expansion draft list so I can think long and hard about who I'd like to keep. Boom and boom. We went in hard, and my goodness, we got some great players out of it. We got a bona fide ace in Catfish Hunter, and the best catcher in Major League Baseball. I think this was a very good offseason, even if we did only sign 2 people. I think we made the right call. And likely Gene Tennis unprotected. Oh damn, look at this draft class. We got all Tigers all the time, and Whitaker, Trammell, and Parrish. We got Eddie Murray. I remember when he played for Cleveland toward the end of his career. He's part of that 95 World Series team. Wasn't he? Or did he come in 96? No, he was there in 95. Yeah, he left. He went to go back to Baltimore in 96. I remember him being traded. Yeah. And we're not anywhere near. We're drafting dead last, so the really great players are not going to be available for us, which is fine. We'll just see who is available when we do draft. Come on, Fenton. Fent it up for us. Really? Oh, dang. We have Dale Berra, Yogi's son? I don't remember if Dale Berra was Yogi's son or Yogi's brother. I think it's his son, though. Oh, by the way, if you said, Avi, you can kick 2 people out of the Hall of Fame right now, who would you kick out? Jack Morris and Harold Baines. Neither one of them is remotely Hall of Fame worthy, in my opinion. But here we go. So, I'm thinking we could take Willie Hernandez. We could make the bullpen even stronger. I don't think that's a good use of resources. I need a deeper rotation, and so I think starting pitcher is the way to go here. So, the top 3 pitchers are Floyd Bannister, Moose Haas, and Mike Paxton. I've only heard of Floyd Bannister in that group. Let's take a look at him. Lots of stamina, very good mix of pitches, very good stuff, might get good control one day. Movement is a little sus. Certainly not a bad choice, but maybe we can do a bit better. Moose Haas. Now, Haas is not a big strikeout guy, but he's got pretty good control. The problem is, I don't have any big strikeout guys, with the exception now of Catfish Hunter. So, an entire team of guys who just lob it in there and hope for the best. I'd like to have a big arm, and Floyd Bannister is definitely that possibility. And I think I'm going to go for Floyd Bannister. I want another strikeout guy, and he certainly would deliver on that score. So we're going to take ourselves a Floyd Bannister. And then... Rick Honeycutt. That's interesting. I will trot Silvio Martinez, and hope he can put a little bit of heat on his fastball. But I mean, it's a second round pick, so I'm not that annoyed if he's not a great player right away. I'll take fucking Gil Patterson. No one else wants to take him. I'll even take Byron McLaughlin. And I think I'm good. Oh, you know what? I never did check for the secret megastars. There aren't any. Okay. I don't feel amazing about Floyd Bannister, but I definitely don't not like him. And I think he's got the possibility to be a really useful additional piece to our puzzle here. I'm hoping I can swoop in and grab Jim Lomberg, too. I still got $2 million for free agents. My owner is drunk with money, and I kind of love it. Like, how ridiculous could we be if we added, say, a truly legendary second baseman? Rico Petrocelli? No, I'm not going to bother with Rico Petrocelli. I think I'm happy with what I've got. I guess I could try bringing Jim Lomberg back. Like, I apparently badly misread the market. I guess the market will support a starting pitcher making 600,000. But then the question is, why wouldn't I take the healthier Sam McDowell? Right? Like, I'm not crazy. I would be crazy to give him a 6-year deal. You can have a 4-year deal. I'm not giving you 6 years, but I will give you 4. Alright. I don't think I remembered to give everyone... No, I didn't. Okay. Alright, my friends. Let us submit our protection list. So, I made a very big goof last time I did this. I had this set on all pictures, and I forgot to add like half my team. So that was not great. Johnny Bench, yes. Jeff Burrows, absolutely. Mark Bellinger, you bet. Catfish Hunter. Dick Green. Zisk, Singer, Schmidt. Hands. Vita Blue. And nobody else here is really like, I have to keep them, so I might as well just keep the other people that I think are good. Or might be good. Like, I definitely want to keep those two. And then we'll see how the rest of this works out. But anyone who wants Gene Tennis can have Gene Tennis. I have no intention of paying him to basically be a mediocre catcher when I have Johnny fucking Bench. It just doesn't make sense, right? And we did in fact lose Gene Tennis. I am utterly unsurprised. Did we lose anybody else of note? We lost Gene Tennis, Tom Murphy, Jim Tyrone, and Kurt Bavakwa. Well, I can bounce back from all of those. Alright, what positions do I need additional people at? I could really use a good shortstop, a good backup shortstop. I think that would be lovely. Glenn Vaughn, I guess, isn't terrible. I'd certainly trust him to play shortstop more than anyone else I currently have on the roster, so I think I will go ahead and take him. And I lost Manny Muniz. I literally did not even remember having him. And I think that works. I don't really feel obligated to take anybody else. And we got Sudden Sam. Oh yeah. I love how we took the team's greatest weakness, frontline starting pitching, and made it into the team's arguably greatest strength. That's pretty bonkers. Like, I'm not gonna lie, friends, this is a real super team in a lot of ways. And I'm absolutely here for every last second of it. Now, of course, this could all disintegrate instantaneously with a couple of ill-timed injuries. No disputing that. Who made it? Mignoso, Matthews, and Swatowski. Good old Swat. Larry Doby's getting inching closer, as is Eddie Yost. Cool. I'm really pumped for this season now. Yes, give me even more money, owner. Oh. Look, if this guy wants to just randomly sign people to fucking contracts, I don't care. Because he just let me sign the top 3 free agents, and I could sign another one if my heart desired. Like, do I want frickin' Jim Lonberg still? Yeah, let's just get silly. 3-year deal, please. I told him he wasn't getting 600 grand. I didn't say he wouldn't get 400 grand. That's a shame. I didn't realize the fans would be sad about losing Doc Ellis, but here we are. Boom. And we get Jim Lonberg back, which is just hilarious. Our pitching staff is redonkulous. It is literally redonkulous. This would be like what it feels like to be the owner of the Yankees, right? Like just throwing money out just because you can. It's both kind of disgusting and kind of awesome. I kind of love it. Kind of love it a lot. Yeah, why not? Oh, we're gonna do 6-man rotation. And we're gonna do all the lineups. Mark Bellinger is not going to be my leadoff guy. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but I don't care if he does it during spring training. I am almost entirely without words at how this team has turned out. Yeah. I don't love losing Mark Bellinger, but here we are. That's why I said it's important to get a good backup shortstop, right? And that's why we got one who's not terrible. And finish. And let's make some roster decisions. Bill Hance and Jim Longberg are both going to be waiting on the IL to recover. So your opening day rotation is Sam McDowell, Bill Singer, Catfish Hunter, Vita Blue, and Rick Langford. Langford isn't that thrilling to me, but I don't want to rush Floyd Bannister. I'd rather let Bannister chill out in the minors and just get a little bit better. To be ready if and when he is needed. I am now rocking 13 pitchers. It's probably too many, but for right now, I'll just let it go. No, I will drop down to 12. I don't need 4 catchers. So, 2 catchers go away, and then 1 more player gets sent down. I might check out the waiver wire and see if I can't grab a better shortstop. Like, I'd almost rather let Frank White play short. I'll figure something out. I do think we do need a still a little bit better shortstop. Okay, look at Montreal with Robin Yount and Dave Winfield. That's pretty scary. The Pirates are loaded too. Dale Murphy. Oh, I know my mistake. I was thinking, no, this is the one who played for Atlanta, right? Yeah, he was a catcher. When he started. Anyway, look at that. The Murph, Eddie Murray, and Jack Clark. Damn, son. Let's check out the waiver wire and see what shorting Stoppertons might be available. Literally nobody good. Even 50 defense at shortstop. It's literally nobody here. I'm going to save the filter so I don't forget it. But yeah, we're just going to have to run with the Rule 5 guys. Going to have to play shortstop for us. Which means goodbye Frank White. And let's get going here. Clear the depth charts. Alright, so we're going to look by batting ratings. Who is the best leadoff hitter? A very important question on this team. I think Sixto Lezcano is my number 3 hitter, and I think George Brett's my number 2 hitter. I think very strongly that both those players are in the perfect position. Jeff Burrows hits cleanup, and Johnny Bench hits 5th. So the question is, Chet Lemon or Richie Zisk hitting leadoff, or is it somebody else entirely? It's got to be one of those two. It's either got to be Richie Zisk or it's got to be Chet Lemon. And Chet Lemon's gap power and his incredible speed, which Zisk doesn't have, I think is what changes it for me. Schmidt will bat 6th, Zisk will bat 7th, and DH. The greenest of dicks will bat there, and Glenn Vaughn will play shortstop for now. Give me a depth chart if you please. Here, I'll do it like this, if you'd like, because I'm only starting Bellinger Vaughn because I have to. You like Shokovich better at short. I can see that. We can make that happen. I'm just going to copy it straight away. And then you can do whatever you want to here, game. Do what your heart desires. I mean, I still don't think... No, Mark Bellinger is never going to lead off for this team. Don't be freaking stupid. Yes, Bellinger is fast. And yes, he's okay at getting on base. But he's not good enough at getting on base. Certainly not compared to Chet Lemon. I'm sorry if that thought leaves you sour, but that's where we are right now. No regrets. So we're going to do a 5-man rotation. And it's going to be Hunter, McDowell, and Singer. Followed by Vita Blue and Rick Langford. And I think this makes very good sense. So my friends, let us begin simulating baseball games. Holy shit. Wait, you said he'd be available at full strength. What? Yeah, I'll tell you what, owner. If you want to sign him for a 1 week, a 1 year deal, I'm not going to complain about that right now. You would give me the Roland Office. Why the fuck would I want him? 3 weeks for Chat Lemon is kind of rough. I don't really have a center field backup. Hey, Joe Papatone. I would like to bring you on. As a reserve, if nothing else. Brilliant. Give me Joe Papatone immediately. And you gave me Manny Muniz back. Great. Promote to Milwaukee, please. And then... I guess I will try Mark Bellinger just for now. So that I'm not putting too much on the shoulders of Joe Pepitone. So I'm going to do copy, copy, and then paste, paste. Done. Yeah, I don't really think that makes sense to me. Johnny, you're literally hitting 5th. Not everyone can hit in the middle of the lineup. You're hitting 5th. Stop belly aching. You know what? You're hitting... I'll tell you what. You're hitting better than Burrows, so I will make you my cleanup hitter. If it'll stop you from complaining. Then Jeff Burrows is going to complain, but whatever. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't mind having Dick Sharon be a starting right fielder, but I would definitely like to have... I wouldn't mind Willie Horton. Like, just have him sitting on the bench to fill in when I need him. I dig that a lot. So, Johnny Bench, you're not hitting 3rd. And then Dick Sharon plays right. We are being tested, friends. We are desperately being tested. Oh, sorry. Go ahead and do the thing. All right, we've got a Lemony Chet back with us. Very good news. I'm just going to call him right back up. And he's going to slide right back into the lineup as our everyday center fielder. I mean, Mark Bellinger is kind of killing it at leadoff, so maybe we let him hit leadoff for now. And let Chet Lemon get his legs back under him. There you go. We'll get Joey Peps some additional stuff there. Okay, we got Jim Lonberg back. Who's my worst starting pitcher? It's Rick Langford by a lot. Hey, Rick. Go to the minors. Ooh, you won a doubleheader. Very nice. Both ends, in fact. Let's see here. Any big changes here? A little bit of movement lost for Catfish Hunter. That's not the end of the world, but certainly not good. Alright, my dudes, let us have a look at the team. Just kidding, Mark Bellinger shouldn't be anywhere near the leadoff spot. I don't know why I thought he could be. So, the top of the lineup, other than Bellinger, has been very, very good. So I am going to go ahead and put Chet Lemon back at the top. Because Bellinger just, quite frankly, can't hit at all, and I don't think he ever will. And he's not here to be an offensive threat. He's here to be a premium pitcher. Or a premium defender. Alright, once you get Sixto Lezcano back, I think we're really going to be off to the races. Not that there's anything wrong with Dick Sharon. Like, he's been useful, but he's not Sixto Lezcano. He's not the reigning National or American League MVP. Pitching staff looks okay. Bruce Sutter has... Yeah, I don't know what his deal is this season. Just getting hit a little bit harder, maybe? But yeah, he's still pitching very effectively indeed. Let's just keep going. I don't really see the need to mess with anything just yet. All right. I'm going to send down Dick Sharon, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Joe Pepitone is a really good center fielder. I mean, I could just get rid of Glenn Vaughn. I don't like the idea of relying so heavily on Shokovich, though. I really need a really good a really good backup infielder, but until that day arrives, I don't think I can give up on him. So you're going to go to AAA. Sixto comes back. Alright. So Sixto Lezcano definitely hits no lower than 5th. He is going to hit 5th. Schmidt's going to hit 6th. You know, you want to frickin' start Mark Bellinger if we make the World Series, go for it. I'm not going to argue with you right now. I might later, but not for right now. All right, my guys, let us advance forward up to July. A personal message. I guess Jim Lomberg's turned a back muscle, but he will recover quickly, we hope. All right, let's check out some coaches, shall we? All right. Beginning with my bench coach. You are a very talented individual, and I see no reason not to keep you. Jim Shell, I can do better than you. I know I can do better than you. So you will be departing us. John Corrigan is quite solid. I do think keeping him makes sense. And I've got a lot of patient hitters, so that is a good combo there. And then Lou Thuman can just fuck right off. All the minor league coaches, you're good. You can have an extension if you want one. Not Jerry Jackson, though, because you're just bad. Okay. That's 2 coaches replaced. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Alright, friends. We gotta kick us into overdrive. We gotta start dominating. Game, stop doing this. Please make him a start. Oh, he is actually starting. Okay, good. We're going to go to roster expansion day, and then we're going to quickly review the roster and see where we might be able to get better. All right, my dudes. So, let us consider. And Jim Lomberg sucks. He is not good. At all. Shit. Can I get anything for him? I'm just getting rid of the contract at this point. So I can make some other move. Yeah, give me Kent T. Cool. Yeah, sorry, fans. But he was bad. Real bad. Let's check the starting pitching market. What is it about me trying to get back people I used to have? I don't know. I mean, Stan Bonson doesn't have to be incredible to be an upgrade over what's-his-face. I don't think you'll cost me very much either. No, you don't. You're asking for a little bit more than I'm prepared to give, though, is the issue. Because none of these players do I consider to be expendable. Is there anybody in free agency? No, there is not. I mean, hell, I could just start Silvio Martinez and see if he can figure it out. What if I offered you the Gary Wheelock? No. I don't want a new starter badly enough to give up a genuinely top quality player for him. I could see Bill Stoneman. What would you cost me? Nope, everyone wanting something I'm not willing to give up. Doyle Alexander, huh? You'd rather have Rick Langford than Doyle Alexander? Why? Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Doyle Alexander is going to win multiple Mike Smith awards, but like, he's better than Langford by a lot. I will happily slot him in as my fifth starter, and go from there. I feel pretty good about the rest of the team. I don't really think there's any other obvious holes. Obvious holes. I'm going to tell you not to pitch John Verhoeven quite so much. And same with Pete Vukovic. Yeah, this looks good. You made a monkey out of me, Mike Schmidt. And I'm happy about that. Right, who makes the All-Star team? I bet we'll have a lot of Brewers in this All-Star team. I'm just saying. Well, then it said news flush. It's like, no. So we get Catfish Hunter and Sudden Sam. Johnny Bench. George Brett. Jeff Burrows. Very nice. Very nice. Sandy Koufax is a reliever at this point. I will pass. Not Jim Unknown. He truly is the best of us. Ooh, we get Bill Hands back. Uh, 1000% Doyle Alexander is going to the bullpen over Bill Hands. Like, not even a moment's hesitation. Here we go. Is there anybody that needs a new contract? Not really. Sixto wants his yearly contract. I see no harm in bringing back Joe Pepitone. He's not great, but he's good defensively, and he's a reasonably okay bat. So I think a one-year extension is somewhat worthwhile. And I'm not going to do the trading deadline just because I don't think it makes sense. I don't really have a lot of fungible assets that I could trade to make a significant upgrade. George Brett getting better is excellent news. Excellent. Joe Papatone is back with the Brew Crew. You've got to love it. I guess you don't have to love it. I can't force you to love it. But I am reasonably pleased that he made it. Can you really torpedo a turtle? I mean, they can kind of swim, right? I mean, obviously, if you blew up a turtle, it would die just like anything else you blew up, but still. Elrod, my boy. I thoroughly improved. George Brett won a batting title and hit 351. Can you say mega breakout year? Like, George Brett was good before. This is borderline unfair. That he's just like, oh, is baseball supposed to be hard? Just, it's beautiful. I love everything about it. I don't think I have to mess with the playoff roster at all. Because everyone who needs to make it will make it. Here we go. That's a perfectly fine rotation. I'm not going to mess with that. Oh dear. That's not nice. You're not allowed to win a game. I mean, it did take 12 innings, but still. Oh, come on, Bill Singer. Really? Don't let me get bounced out in the first round. You got catfished. I kind of regret that, but I don't. It's the Padres. Intriguing. So, very, very, very important thing is happening here. Lemon, Brett, bench, Burrows, Lascano, Schmidt, Green, and Bellinger. Can you real quick copy this for me? Because Mark Bellinger ain't batting leadoff in the World Series. That's not happening. Damn, son. Say some runs for the rest of the series. Okay, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate, but we shall persevere. Win it for the dick. Oh no. Okay. All right. If I win this game, I will play Game 7. That is my promise to you, gentle viewers. And I did not win that game. Well, you know what? I'm not that I mean, I am pretty annoyed by it. If I'm real with you. But it's hard to argue when it's not like the team played badly. This was just Dwight Evans being like, is baseball supposed to be difficult? And just utterly dominating a series. Like, I can't help but notice we lost quite a few close games. I don't know why that is. Unless it was just Bruce Sutter got overused. I might need to make Bruce Sutter more of a true closer, actually, in order to get the most out of him. That may be what we do next season. Yeah, I don't really have an answer for you as far as why we lost, other than, I mean, the big guys did big stuff. Yeah, Jeff Burrows disappeared. That's fair. And Richie Zisk was a non-entity, but like even Ken Shokovich came in and is like, yeah, I can play for Dick Green while he's hurt. I mean, every game was close. Every game was decided by 3 runs or less, other than game 2, which we just utterly obliterated. I think we need to change our uses of Bruce Sutter. I think that's the most important thing we can do, because it seems like he's the one who kept giving up runs. I could have maybe pitched Catfish in Game 6 over Bill Singer. That could have made a big difference, but I don't think Catfish was anywhere near rested enough to pitch. So I think we'll be there again, though. I think that's the big takeaway. Is I think we're going to be in the playoffs again, and we'll have a chance to make good on it. Let's get some coaches re-signed, and then we can talk about then what happens next. I would like Joe Callahan to be my pitching coach. I would like the ultimate infield coach. I'd like the ultimate everything coach, quite frankly. Let's get Frank Papish. What a name. I wonder if Tom Acker would agree to be my A-ball manager. We'll find out. So, we won one fewer game than last season. Let's talk about what went well and what did not go well. Oh, we had Bellinger out too? Maybe that was why we lost. I need to get a better bench. That is a fact, Jack. Mark Bellinger's best days might be behind him, but let's focus on the good right now. George Brett was sensational. I don't have anything further to add. Everything he did that made him great, he just did better. Friends, I can't overestimate the fact he hit more home runs in 1977 than he did the rest of his career combined. And he won a batting title. I mean, he was real good. Johnny Bench was fantastic, producing one of his best years in a few seasons. Yes, his 1976 is great too, but it was even better with us. Jeff Burrows had a very fine bounce back here. Check out that slugging percentage. That's dead sexy. And if Sixto Lezcano won't necessarily be an MVP again, it's worth noting he hit better. That's terrifying. 100 fewer plate appearances, 1 fewer home run, 2 more doubles, 1 fewer triple, only 23 fewer hits, and better average, better on base percentage, better slugging percentage. He was amazing. Dick Green, all I need him from you is Gold Glove caliber defense and top tier hitting and average hitting, and you gave us that. Mike Schmidt just came through and said, I can be a lot better, watch me. And oh my goodness, was he better this season. Can he do this every year? I don't know. But I'll take it, my friends. I will take it. Chet Lemon was certainly not sour. He played very, very well indeed. A good center fielder. Lot to like about Chet Lemon. Then we get to the rest of the lineup. First of all, Mark Bellinger. Bellinger was a league average shortstop. I'm not paying you $370,000 a season to be league average. You've got to be better. Richie Zisk. Granted, I didn't think he's going to win an MVP again. It is worth asking whether or not there is in fact a better choice than Richie Zisk. Joe Pepitone wasn't great. Glenn Vaughn was awful. And Ken Shokovich is pretty bad. So focusing on a quality bench makes a lot of sense to me this offseason. And I think it's something I want to prioritize. Pitching. Catfish Hunter might win a Cy Young Award. That's where we're starting with the pitching staff. He might win the Cy Young Award. Sam McDowell was almost as good. Almost as good. We got an incredible season out of Vita Blue. A very good season out of Bill Singer. I think we need to back off on Bruce Sutter. I think we need to reduce him to just being a closer so he doesn't get burnt out. And shift the burden to the rest of the bullpen, like Eck and other people. Bill Hands was not great. It seems like he's lost something since his injury. His control has basically vanished. So another starting pitcher still makes sense. Unless that starting pitcher is just giving Floyd Bannister a shot in spring training, which maybe that makes sense. I'm not sure yet. Or Silvio Martinez. But all that said, we won 105 games. And the fact that there's still a little bit more we could do just makes me feel happy. Like, it tells me, okay, we haven't hit our ceiling yet. No one had such a ridiculous season that they'll never repeat it. I'd be shocked if Jeff Burrows ever hit for a 600 slugging percentage again. That might be a bridge too far. I think it's much closer to the 1976 version, which is fine. I'm more than happy to have him patrolling left field for us. Is George Brackett at 350 every season? I mean, he hit 350 plenty in the majors. Huh. He only did it once. He only hit above 350 once. I always had such a clear memory of him always being a great hitter. And he was, but I guess he wasn't quite as amazing as I thought he was. Bonkerino. Yeah. Well, cool. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. I certainly did. A little disappointed. Maybe if I had reduced Sutter's workload, we would have won the World Series. I know that now. We're definitely going to give him a bit more of a break. But until next time, my friends, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.